Hello, 7th graders, and today's lesson is going to be connected with reflexive pronouns and mythical animals. So let's get started. I'd like you to prepare your books, workbooks, and your notebooks as well. So first of all, we are going to, since we started talking about Dylan's decision about learning some Welsh, I'd like you to read what Dylan's friends and family say about his decision. This is in your book on page 71, exercise 3A. And please write down the names of the people who are or who is supportive, indifferent, and negative. The solution you will find on the next slide under the QR code, of course. So you can check, as I said, you can check your answers here and see whether you were right or wrong. Okay, so since we had the opportunity to read some sentences like this one, I'm playing with the idea of teaching myself Welsh outside school. You can translate this sentence in the following way. Bavim se mišlju podučavanja, odnosno podučavanja velškog izvan škole, odnosno da se učim. The next sentence, you want to teach yourself Welsh, means ti želiš učiti velški, ili ti želiš se podučavati, mada to u hrvatskom jeziku znači ovaj glagol nije se. And she wasn't able to teach herself, nije se mogla naučiti. Okay, so in this case, u ovom slučaju dakle možemo reći da je možemo primijeniti taj nekakvu povratnu zamjenicu u hrvatskom sebe ili se. Međutim, however, if we look at those words, myself, yourself, and herself, you can easily translate it into se, sebe ili se. Dakle, u hrvatskom jeziku koristite uvijek jednu te istu zamjenicu, povratnu zamjenicu. Ja se igram, ona se igra, mi se igramo i tako dalje. Dok u engleskom jeziku ova zamjenica ovisi dakle o subjektu u rečenici, dakle o kome se u rečenici zapravo radi. So this pronoun, which is actually called reflexive pronoun, is always connected with the subject, like you can see on the slide. So if we have, like previously said, I, then you must write myself. If you have she, then you have to write herself, and so on. So, and how you get these reflexive pronouns? So look at the whole pronoun. It consists of of two parts. One is self, or selves if we are talking about plural. And the other part, the first part, is actually possessive pronoun. Dakle, ova povratna zamjenica zapravo sastoji se od dva dijela. Možemo to tako grubo nazvati. Od posvojene zamjenice i od dijela, odnosno sufiksa self, znači predmetka self, ili ako govorimo o množini, onda naravno ovaj f prelazi u v, znači to je dolazi do onog voicinga, kao što smo već rekli kad smo učili množinu imenica. Dakle, to je nešto što trebate znati za povratne zamjenice i osnovna stvar, budući da u hrvatskom jeziku svaka povratna zamjenica uvijek je se, bez obzira o kojem se subjektu radi, u engleskom jeziku to nije slučaj, znači ona isključivo ovisi o kojem je subjektu riječ, odnosno o kojoj je subjektu u rečenici. Dakle, ako imamo I, pisat ćete myself, ako imamo they, pisat ćete themselves, ako imate we, pisat ćete ourselves, and so on. So let's write down the whole slide. Prepisat ćete ovaj slajd cijeli. Ne trebate dakle sve dijelove, odnosno sve rečenice kao što ćete vidjeti na sljedećem. Dakle, ovo i naravno samo dijelove, odnosno samo oblike za određeno lice. So you just write down, you don't have to write down teach, teaches, and so on all the time. Just write down I, myself, you, yourself, and so on and so forth. Dakle, samo pišeš I, myself, you, yourself, and so on. A dakle, onaj prethodni slajd pišeš, dakle, prepisuješ u bilježnicu. Okay? So, now, let's do some exercises. And this is, if you click on this link, it's on easy platform. I'd like you to do exercise C2. It is connected to reflexive pronouns and, of course, the 3 exercises in your workbook on page 108. These are exercises 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so aside from the reflexive pronoun, now we are in the something completely different. Here are some photos of animals that exist, that may existed, that don't or haven't existed at all. I'd like you to look at them and please try to write down or try to say their names out loud. On the next slide, you are going to have their real names, of course, in the correct match. So, for example, this is an animal that doesn't exist. It is a dragon, and of course, it is a red dragon. I suppose that you recognize this one. This is something that ancient Egyptians believed was protecting the pyramids and the dead, and so on. Okay, so look at them and try to match those animals with their names. You have some suggestions in your books on page 72, exercise 3A. You have those words already suggested, so it wouldn't be very difficult for you to just match the picture or the photo with the word. For example, unicorn, I presume you know which photo you would connect this word with, or phoenix, and so on. Okay? So here you have the solution and the names of the animals as well as their pictures. Perhaps you are not familiar with this word, but it means lasica, odnosno kuna. It is marten, and it is something which actually is on our currency, right? National currency. Okay, so we are going to the next lesson. Its name is I'm with the band. So we are going to talk about mythical animals, as you have probably guessed correctly. So please, you are going to start off with the listening task. First, you are going to listen to this track 4.2, which is on this link and on easy platform. And in exercise 2A on page 72, you have to tick the topics mentioned in the audio. So which topics do these people mention? Just tick them which you hear. In the next step, you are going to listen to the audio again, but this time you're going to match the band names to the speakers. This is task 2B. So you have Dylan, Adrian, Nina, Ollie, and Max, and they are talking about some band names which you should connect correctly. There is one that you don't need, of course, and so pay attention, and you could listen to it as many times as you wish. Once we have listened to the dialogue between Dylan and his friends, we will switch to the reading task, which you can find in your books on page 72, exercise 3A. So first, you should go through these texts, short texts, and these are actually descriptions of the animals which you could see on the previous slide. And I want you to just put these or just write down the numbers of the texts which you find or which you think describe each animal. There are three animals that you or three words that you don't need that are extra, so pay attention, and I think that it wouldn't be very difficult for you to do it. Next reading activity is connected to exercise 3B, which is also in your books on page 72. This time you should look and pay attention to the same text, but you should write the missing sentence parts in the right place. So these are the boxes which you have to put those sentence parts with, and one sentence of course is extra, so you don't need those exercises will be dealt with in your test, so please be careful and focused about how to do these tasks. So like said during lessons, you should let's say find for the obvious, or you should exclude or omit the least obvious or something that is completely different or out of question, and then go paragraph by paragraph and try to think what try to find connections actually to the parts of the sentences. Final listening task is to listen track 4.3, and this is in your books on page 73, and answer the question which mythical animal the band has chosen as their name and why. Here is the link to Easy Platform, and please listen to the tape and just write down the answer in your notebook. You don't have to write down the whole answer. Just the name of the band and why. And finally, Easy Platform again. You should do exercise C2 first. And then you focus yourselves on dictionary and words. This part I would like you to write down in your dictionary. So write down and learn and try to learn these words, pronouncing these words correctly, and try to write them the English and Croatian translations. After you have written the words, the unknown words, you should do exercises to A2 and A3 in Easy Platform. And that's all for this lesson. I hope we'll see each other on Tuesday, and on Tuesday we'll continue, or you will have the presentation of your castles, and then we will continue with this lesson that we started today. Okay, have a nice weekend and bye.